Hey pilots, welcome to another exciting episode of War Robots Domination, a series of helpful gameplay tutorials designed to help highlight the tactics and strategies that I use to help tip the scales in my favorite game, War Robots. Each episode will feature a handful of battles along with helpful commentary that'll provide insight as to what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. I'm your host, Gotchere Beacons, and I've been playing this awesome game for a few years now, and I've learned a few tricks along the way that I'd love to share with y'all. You'll notice that although my hangar is fairly basic and at lower levels, I've been able to climb it up to Expert League, so I believe that you'll find my tactics will help you do more with less, which can be very helpful with today's economy in the game. I should also mention that this is my second account, so don't let my career profile stats fool you. This is actually my baby account, but it sends a great message to pilots who feel they need to chase the current meta in order to be competitive in battle, because you don't. Wise gameplay can usually overcome any fancy gimmick. A death button is a great example. It can still melt just about any build, and its heritage stems all the way back to nearly the beginning of the game. It's all about knowing when to use it and how to use it. So, without further ado, I invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy today's episodes while I walk you through my gameplay tactics and share with you my mindset in battle. I hope you find it entertaining, helpful, and fun to watch. I think you will. Let's start this show by introducing the boys that make all the noise, my wrecking crews. We got the old guard and the new recruits. Let's start with the new recruits. These boys are fresh on the scene. First, we got Stinger, my Exodus Pedata Strider. And then we got Flash, my Gust Halo Pursuer. And then we got Jumpstart, my Talumba Calamity Inquisitor. And then we got Freezer Burn, my Shredder Ember Mercury. And then we got Major Pain, my beautiful Zeus Fury. Now these bots are all level 6, the weapons are anywhere from 7 to 9. And then we got the old guard, everyone's favorites. Don't forget about them, they're part of the show. First we got Frick, my Death Button Raven with Orkans and Panatas. And then we got his twin brother Frack, my Russian Death Button Raven with Talumbas and Pins. And then we got the General with my beautiful Trident Fury. And then we got Reaper, my Avenger Bulwark. And then we got everyone's favorite Buzzkill, my Spark Scourged Mender. Now these bots are a level 6 and all their weapons are a level 9. Now these boys have climbed their ranks all the way up to Master 3, so make sure you cheer them on out there in the battlefield, because they're fighting way above their weight class. Alright guys, let's get this party started. I'm calling this battle Shifting Gears, and I'll definitely explain why here in a second. Enjoy my friends in the background and status as they play their awesome song, November. So, this is the new recruits. This is Major Pain. I'm taking him out here, opening up on the battle. He gets to this little Fury sweet spot. From here, I can peek over this little ramp and get a good vantage point and tuck down if I need to avoid getting a lot of splash damage. Now I'm gonna take some every once in a while, but not too much, and with a nice health module, this little ramp is good. Unfortunately, that Natasha went all the way to the top. You know, I talked about this before, being a hard target. Be a hard target. Use your cover. Use cover around the field. Don't stand out. You know, you're not standing out there with slappers, guys. You got able to jump out, peek out, and hit from a distance. You know, and Major Pain, he's great with that, with the 600 meters, but you still got to be mindful of your enemy and your openness, and I've been watching this guy every time, finally got him. So, I'm calling this Shifting Gears. And you know, with the General, I always take out, and with Major Pain, I start off with a support bot. I get up here and I do my thing. I start off and look at the flow of the battle and see where things are going. But when I see the need, I have to shift gears. And I saw an opportunity there. Not so much an opportunity, but a lack in coverage. We had a white beacon sitting here far too long. This guy was limping and concerned about that 8-bit guy shooting over the top. So we needed help. I needed to shift gears. I hopped out of a very healthy Major Pain because we needed to. At times when you're a camper, if you want to call it camping or support bot, whatever, you need to know when to shift gears, guys. If you're going to be a support bot, great. But you got to be ready to shift gears when necessary and jump into plan B, or just a higher potency or pressure or intensity, whatever you want to call it. Don't sleep there the whole time. There's a reason I take the General out and Major Pain out, my support bots, early, just to get a flow of the battle, to see what's going on. But once I get there, and once we have this opportunity to start making some things happen, you need to jump, shift gears, and hop in, because look what we just did. They were beating us. They were absolutely taking us down. But what we did is we shifted gears and we turned up the heat. And now I'm on a triple kill with Flash. He's my Gust Halo Pursuer. Little Stinger did a great job of taking that, basically neutralizing that one beacon. It caused two of the Reds to go over there and address it. It pulled them away from center. It allowed us to get centered into center here. And now we are making a full court press, pushing them back to their spawn beacon. Shifting gears was needed right then. So always be mindful. It's just like when you drive a car. When the engine revs to a certain point, it's time to shift gears and push it on to the next one, guys. And you need to be mindful of that in the flow of the battle. When it's time to shift gears, don't sit back in your little support bot. You need to jump in and start making things happen. And because I shifted my gears, and it looks like the rest of my team did too, now we are walking the Reds right on back to their spawn point. And we are pressing and pressing and pressing. Yeah, they're going to try to come back, but it doesn't matter because we've already got them pushed back. They are now back on their heels on every step of the way. I got guys right behind me supporting. I'm taking now, this is Freezer Burn, by the way, and I'm getting him right where he can kind of be protected by this little structure. And that bulwark can't get to me, and I've kept this one blue, and now we are at a 4-1 beacon advantage. We were down, guys. If you saw the beacon bar, we were losing, but it was an opportunity to shift gears and kick her into high gear and start making things happen. And now we have pushed these guys all the way back where they couldn't recover. That was a nice green banner at the end. Remember, guys, if you're in a support bot and you see that your team is struggling, you need to know when to hop out and shift gears and push into gear. Having a balanced hangar will allow you to do that. Make sure you've got runners and brawlers and everything else you need in your tool belt to make sure you're able to take advantage of those times when you need to shift gears and put her into high gear. Great pilots on both sides, no tankers, no slouches, great battles. It was a great time. If you see your name here, thanks for the game. That was a whole lot of fun. Peace out. I'm calling this battle the Zenit two-step. I'll definitely explain why here in a second. You'll see why. And enjoy my friends in the background and status as they play their awesome song, Wooda. It's definitely one of my favorites. So, this is Yamato. The big snowy map with the buildings and everything else. Seems like you're on the moon or on a moon planet or something. But snow in the background and all that fun stuff. This is the old guard. This is the general, my beautiful Trident Fury. Now on this side of the spawn, when we spawn on this side, I always take the general right here. This is, I call it the broken catwalk. With it being able to dip down on that broken white target point is hidden right now from any line of sight weaponry. And it's awesome to sit here and basically support. No one can walk down that cat ramp without me just chipping them away. I also have an easy view of the center. Now, obviously, there is a portion that is guarded from my line of sight, but that's the other thing about the general. With these beautiful tridents, that splash will reach right around any barrier. So if they're actually up on the platform in center, I can easily wear away at them. But what's going on here? Someone else is another support bot. There is only just about one or two support weaponry that that gives me fits, and one of them is coming at me now. He's found a target. It's a Zenit. Zenits go right over the top and land right down in that nice Fury sweet spot. Zenits are more powerful than you want to give them credit for. They used to be the joke weapon because it's like, who would ever fight with a Zenit? You can dodge them so easy. Well, when you're a support bot like the general, you kind of fit in one little sweet spot and you can have a good vantage point on 2 or 3 hot spot areas. But every once in a while, you get a Zenit pilot, especially if you have 1 or 2 of them, and they're using both the combination of Zenits, and the Norcoms are pretty good too. Well, they're going to come right down over the top, and they're totally going to mess with my game. So, what do? And you want to stay effective because, the general, he is one, he's bad from right here. He is formidable. He can rock, he can absolutely keep center covered and anything else on either side just from this one spot. I don't want to lose my spot, so I learned the Zenit two-step, and you can apply it to Norcoms as well. But the trick is to keep moving. Keep on the move. Always move forward and backward, side to side. It's the Zenit two-step. there's a couple things that a Zenit pilot's looking for. They're looking for someone who's parked, really literally camped, and isn't moving. What they're doing is they're checking ranges, and they're seeing, and they it's like Battleship. They keep checking your range over and over and over again to see if you're on the move. And if you're on the move, they're not even going to go after you because they know that the trajectory of the Zenits are too slow to actually catch a moving target. They're perfect on either someone who's very, very close, then they can kind of get you. If you're within about 300 or 400 meters, they can actually tag you pretty good. But if the long range, they know that if you're 600 meters or more and you're moving, you're going to move out before they get to you. And they don't want to waste those Zenits because once they're out, they're going to take forever to load. So the idea is always be on the move, always be stepping around. And if they keep checking your ranges, what's going to happen is they're going to give up on you and they're going to go find some other target. So I'm just moving and moving. The general finally got taken out 7.5 minutes into the battle. Well, which is great because my team was around doing their thing, and that was just enough to kind of give us. I took Frick out here, but he doesn't even get a shot at anyone because the battle's over. The Zenit two-step allowed the general to keep alive and do his magic. Even took out a Hydra pilot, or at least helped chip him down. So that was a great battle. So there you go, guys. If you're gonna be a camper or a support bot, and you want to just know how to kind of avoid those Zenits who kind of target you in, just do the Zenit two-step, and that should buy you the space you need. So if you see your name here, thanks for the game. That was a whole lot of fun. Peace out. Let's take a look at this week's Skirmish Hangar. We have a Strider, a Falcon, a Raven, an Alquin, and a Spectre. These are Manni's skill hangar bots, and this is a whole lot of fun. I'm going this battle. Can I get a what? Enjoy my friends in the background and status as they play their awesome song, War. Perfect for this battle. So, this is Manni's hangars, skill hangar. This is a Spectre, a Vortex Spectre. This thing's got a humongous damage dump. This is always going to be Beacon Rush. I've played about 7 or 8 of these battles so far. Each one is a Beacon Rush, so remember, it's Beacon Rush. On Carrier, though, it's an interesting map for Beacon Rush because it's all about center. It's going to be very hard to get back behind enemy lines to go rip out their one of their spawn beacons. So it is all about this center. So it's going to be very much like a Domination battle. But remember, this is Skirmish. You're going to have a whole bunch of builds, exotic builds that you probably don't ever get your hands on. And you also have a bunch of pilots that are using these for the very first time. And so it's always going to be a little bit of a learning experience for everyone. So just do your best and go with what you know, as I've taught on other Skirmish battle lessons. I know what a Spectre does. I know that he goes into stealth when he jumps up. I know that the Vortexes are like, they're like aphids, and they're like a medium-sized aphid, with 4 of them being launched all at once at the MK-12. Man, they are just one big power dump. So I found that this would be a good spot to kind of jump up and dump whenever someone's going after that center beacon. And I thought, well, I'm going to give this one a try. So that's all I'm doing here. And that little eyeball, okay, it's called a quantum radar. I never know what it's called. I figured it out. It's a quantum radar. And if anyone's going into stealth, you can touch it and get a good jump on them. I don't use it very much though, and so I haven't even touched it. I don't even know if I use it for the entire time I'm playing with the Spectre here, but I do know what the Spectre does, and I do know what these Vortexes do. So I'm basically cycling through because I can't see through that wall. I'm cycling through and I'm trying to see what's going on. But I've also noticed something else. We're down to 2 pilots, and we're not doing so good. But that's going to be the name of this. Gonna get a what? Okay, me and one other stud have got this. We're up against 4 or 5 other mates, Reds now, and it's just me and him against the world. Let's see how we do. This one here is the little Strider. He's got an Ember and something else on him. I don't know what those things are. They might be Gusts or something like that. Or, it's one of those Coronas. It's the Lockdown. Maybe it's a Halo or something like that. So this is a Raven with plasma weapons, the mags, and then he's also got scourges on them, so it's kind of a mixed range. But you know what? These are MK2 level 12, so they're pretty powerful. And you know, the mags just fire and fire and fire. And also, this is a carrier. Everyone's going to be pretty much in range, and especially right now where they have a press on us and they're coming down to take care of us. Or are they? This is a Falcon. And the main weapon here is the heavy version. I think it's called a Corona, a heavy version of the lockdown one. And then the two side weapons are the thermites. They're kind of like a heavy-duty vortex. I think it's called a thermite. But so I'm just, and I know that with my fangs up, then he's going to be weakened. So I'm keeping him down, and I'm just kind of chipping away. You want to get closer because it's like a shotgun, but it doesn't start doing a lot of power until you get really up front and close. So I'm going ahead. I engage the fangs just so I can get that jump, because I'm trying to make sure that we don't. And then look at that, they went down just at the right time. And so then we got that one back because I don't want to. We were getting ready to lose on a beacon bar. So now we got one last guy over there. Me and this stud that I've been playing with have cleaned out the Reds. Even though we were down to just the two guys, we stuck it strong, and now we just met them out and got their last beacons. Oh, gonna get a what? Yeah! I love a green banner when it starts like that, man. What a awesome battle. Yeah, me and this guy, oh boy, what's his name? He did a great job. All right, Coeswood, man, what an awesome battle. We stuck it out. You know, we're going to get on a varying level of experiences on here and ranks and all. You know, hey, some people are dropping out. Some people didn't do very well at all, got under 100,000. But it was that on both sides. We just stuck it out. If you see your name, thanks for the game. Awesome one, bud. Take care. Well, friends, that just about wraps it up for another episode. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed what you saw and were able to take something you learned and use it in battle. I add content to my YouTube channel almost daily, so please stop by when you're able and check out the fresh new material. Or just click on an old episode and maybe catch another tip that'll help you up your game. If you like what you see, please tap on the red subscription button and then tap the bell to be notified when new episodes are released. It would also be helpful if you could make a comment about the video, whether it's an example of how the episode helped you, or maybe additional advice to help elaborate on the tactics I shared, or even constructive comments that'll help clarify something I might have missed. It's all good and greatly appreciated. Finally, this game is full of challenges and can create frustration for some who are simply trying to have fun with this awesome game. My goal is to provide you all with helpful information and help reduce the frustration and increase the fun. So, if you feel these videos are helping you, please share them with a friend, someone who you think might benefit from them. Well, that's about it for today, guys. As always, keep them blue out there, and I hope to see you on the battlefield. Make sure you're having fun, though, because if you're not, you're doing it wrong. I love you all for your support. Play well. Peace out.